Yeah, so when you're talking about lap siding, you're literally talking about a board, long horizontal board that has a lap that goes over the top of, is this a good way to describe it? It's
clapboard siding
yes.
used to be
Yes.
is another name
clapboard lap siding, yes.
So lapped over each other. It creates a cascading effect for any moisture that comes into contact with it. So the moisture always falls to the outside.
Yeah, we call it shingling. So one board laps over or shingles over the next board so that you can't have any moisture penetration.
Yeah.
And that's good. Cascading effect, yes.
Yeah.
So
lap siding, horizontal. Vertical, board and batten. I love board and batten. I grew up on a farm, in the Midwest, I know you see lots of barns that probably have board and batten. So board and batten is meant to, it's a board with a batten over the seam. And so typically when it's used on barns in the old days, they would have 1x12s typically is what you would see. And so they'd hang the 1x12s on the wall, and then where those seams were, you'd put a batten strip over the top of it and you batten it up. And so now we use 4x10 panels typically, so big panels that go up on the wall, and battens still go over the seams. So every 4 feet you've got a batten, and then it's up to the customer, to the client to decide, do you want the battens on 16-inch centers, 12-inch centers? You got to do something that's a multiple of 4 because you're going to hit those seams every 4 feet.
Right. So typically you're going to be either 8, 12, or 16 inches on center. We'll refer to it as 16 OC. Going back to the lap siding, I wasn't descriptive enough, but they're long horizontal runs of siding. So, and that obviously is going to look better oftentimes on shorter walls with longer boards. Sometimes the board and batten looks good on higher walls or gable walls because it elongates the wall. So if you don't want something to look short and stout, you probably don't put board and batten on it. From a design standpoint.
And with the lap siding lengths, it's good to mention. So with a lumber like cedar type siding, you can get lengths as long as 20 feet. I've seen those, that you can get from cedar siding with LP Smart Side or a composite wood siding. You would see 16-foot lengths, and then with the James Hardie fiber cement siding, you see 12-foot lengths. And so something to be aware of.
Yeah. And you want to stagger those seams. So on lap siding, you're going to have long staggered seams that are backflashed, so that you don't get any moisture penetration.
Stair step them. We want to avoid any kind of pattern on your wall. So you have a good installer when you don't have a stair step or a pattern that's repeating on your wall within 4 boards.
Yeah.